It's not about motivation. Winners need discipline. Wake up and win today. Discipline comes from within.
Boxing King Media in association with Boxer. Delighted to have with me the Sun's very own boxing columnist, Colin Hart. Colin, great to see you. It's a great spectacle here today. Massive event. Batavia, Bivol. On its own, it's a huge event, but it's a stacked card. Just firstly, your thoughts on the whole boxing phenomenon that we're seeing right now in Saudi Arabia.
Well, of course, this is completely different to when I started writing about boxing 60 years ago. It's great that the two big promoters, Warren and HEARN, are now working together for the benefit of themselves, but also for the benefit of the fighters and the fans. It's great. Long may it continue.
I mean, could this card have been put together without the Saudis' investment in boxing?
Well, I suppose it could, but be for less money. Simple as that. They've got more money to put into boxing at the moment than anyone else, so that's why they're getting these fights. But they would still happen possibly in Las Vegas or even at Wembley, but the fighters would be paid less.
So talking about Deontay Wilder takes on Zhilei Zhang. Didn't have the greatest of performance, Deontay, against Joseph Parker. Zhang coming off a loss to Parker as well. Where are you with Deontay Wilder and his career? Now, a lot of people said to me he needed to change trainers. Some said that he should retire now. What are your thoughts?
Well, on that performance he had against Parker, it wasn't the Wilder we used to know. It is possible he's lost his appetite for boxing. He's lost his appetite for training, but he was awful that night. Again, I don't want to take anything away from Parker, but Wilder wasn't the Wilder we knew.
Is it, out of all the fights tonight, that we're going to see on 1st of June, any one particular one that you're looking out for?
Well, there's only one. From a boxing point of view, as a boxing writer, and that's the main event. Bertabiev against Bivol, if you like, is a fight made in heaven. Two great light heavyweights fighting for an undisputed title. I've already described it as the Ali Frazier of light heavyweights.
Daniel Dubois takes on Hrgovic. This could potentially be for the IBF title. We just don't know yet, obviously. But were you hoping that Joshua might step in and take on Hrgovic to put himself back in title contention?
Well, the rumour is that Joshua will fight the winner in London at Wembley in September. That's the rumour.
You think that happens?
It could happen. Why not? You know, certainly if Dubois was to win, Dubois-Joshua at Wembley would be a much bigger fight than the other way round.
Tyson Fury, Usyk not far away now, Colin. Where does this rank? Like you said, you're 60 years you've been writing about boxing. Where does this rank in terms of stylistically? Both fighters have their own strengths. Both are champions. Where does this rank for you in heavyweight boxing?
Well, obviously, I do not compare with what I call the golden age of heavyweights. I was lucky enough to be covering Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Larry Holmes. Those guys are on a higher level than the heavyweights today, in my opinion. Right? But it's still a fascinating fight, little and large. You've got this huge man in Fury who, because of his size and the fact that he's a very good boxer in his own right, should not lose to the little guy. Good big guns beat good little uns. It's boxing's oldest cliche and is still true to this day. But, there's always a but, I think Fury is in decline. I don't think Fury today is what he was a year or 2 years ago. I think it's catching up on him. He's been at this for 15 years. He's 35 years of age. I got a feeling that those three brutal Wilder fights could be catching up on him.
I spoke to Maurice Suleiman. He was talking about 5 judges in that particular fight. And I said, is that going to go in? He said, look, there's a lot of individuals were resenting against that idea. So it's not going to happen. But where are you with that?
I don't see why it should happen. You know, if 3 judges can't come to the right result, then there's no point in having 5.
Final one, obviously today, tragic news. Willie Lemon sadly passed away. Willie Lemon?
Oh, the Scots guy?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Lovely, lovely man. I covered his fights. So, you know, that's a shock to me. Because he's a young man. I don't know how old he was, but surely he couldn't be out of his 50s, could he? So, well, I'm very sad to hear that.
No, I just thought obviously I know you've covered boxing for so long, you would have covered his fights. I just thought I'd share a few words, but obviously I'm just announcing it to you now. But yeah, our thoughts are with his family, of course.
Of course. My sympathies go to his loved ones and also all his friends, and he had many in boxing.
Yeah, no, of course. Colin, press conference just about to start behind us. Appreciate your time, and yeah, we'll catch up with you very soon.
Pleasure.
Win gold now. IPMB is giving away 5 24-karat gold coins to our token holders worth over $2,000 each.
Let's do this.
Thank you very much for this great news. It's amazing.
It's never been easier to own gold, so join the raffle now.
I got a question for you. Where can discipline take you? Discipline points you towards your goals.